Introduction to Tool Panel. In this chapter, we're going to see all editing tools in Premiere Pro CS4. In this lesson, we are going to see a small overview about tools. So let's start. We have in timeline. As you already know, here is the Tools panel. It contains a number of tools for editing sequences in a timeline panel. By default, the very first tool, the Selection tool, will be selected. When you select any tool, the pointer changes shape according to the selection. For example, when you select the Razer tool and position the pointer over a clip in a timeline panel, the icon changes to a razor. However, the Selection tool icon may change to reflect the task currently being performed. In some cases, pressing a modifier key, such as Shift, as you use a tool, changes its function, and its icon changes accordingly. You can select tools from the Tools panel, or you can use a keyboard shortcut. You can resize the Tools panel and orientate it vertically or horizontally. Note, the Selection tool is the default tool. It's used for everything other than specialized functions. Let's see all tools present in Tool panel briefly. Let's start with Selection tool. Selection tool is the standard tool for selecting clips, menu items, and other objects in the user interface. As soon as you are done using any of the other specialized tools, it's generally a good practice to select the Selection tool. Track Selection tool. Select this tool to select all the clips to the right of the cursor in a sequence. To select a clip and all clips to the right in its own track, then click the clip. To select a clip and all clips to its right in all tracks, Shift-click the clip. Pressing the Shift changes the Track Selection tool into the Multi-Track Selection tool. Ripple Edit tool. Select this tool to trim the in or out point of a clip in a timeline. The Ripple Edit tool closes gaps caused by the edit and cascades clips to the right or left in the timeline in order to preserve all edits to the left or right of the trimmed clip. Rolling Edit tool. Select this tool to roll the edit point between two clips in a timeline, simultaneously trimming the in point of one and the out point of the other, while leaving the combined duration of the two unchanged. Rate Stretch tool. Select this tool to shorten a clip in a timeline by speeding up its playback, or to lengthen it by slowing it down. The Rate Stretch tool changes speed and duration, but leaves the in and out points of the clip unchanged. Razor tool. Select this tool to make one or more incisions in clips in a timeline. Click a point in a clip to split it at that precise location. To split clips in all tracks at that location, Shift-click the spot in any of the clips. Slip tool. Select this tool to simultaneously change the in and out points of a clip in a timeline, while keeping the time span between them constant. For example, if a 10-second clip has been trimmed to 5 seconds in a sequence, you can use the Slip tool to show an earlier part of the clip, while retaining its 5-second duration and its location in the timeline. Slide tool. Select this tool to move a clip to the left or right in a timeline, while simultaneously trimming the two clips that surround it. The combined duration of the 3 clips and the location of the group in the timeline remain unchanged. Pen tool. Select this tool to set or select key frames, or to adjust connector lines in a timeline. Hand tool. Select this tool to move the viewing area of a timeline to the right or left. Click and drag left or right anywhere in the viewing area. Zoom tool. Select this tool to zoom in or out in a timeline viewing area. Click in the viewing area to zoom in by 1 increment. Hold the Alt key and click to zoom out by 1 increment. So these are all editing tools in Premiere Pro CS4. We will discuss all in upcoming lessons. Selection and track selection tool. In this lesson, we're going to discuss two tools, the selection tool and track selection tool, used frequently in Premiere Pro CS4. Let's start with selection tool. As we have already seen, selection tool is the standard tool for selecting clips, menu items, and other objects in the user interface. As you can see, we have one video and one audio clip here. Go to Toolbox. Here is the selection. And so, that selection tool is selected by default. If not, then you click on Selection tool, or you can hit the letter V on the keyboard as the shortcut key. When you want to perform an action that affects the clip as a whole, such as applying an effect, deleting a clip, or moving a clip in time, first select the clip in a timeline panel. If you want to select a single clip, just click a clip in a timeline panel. To select only the audio or video portion of a clip, hold the Alt key and click that portion. To select multiple clips by clicking, hold the Shift key and click each clip the way you want to select. Note, if you hold Shift and click a selected clip, it will deselect it. To select a range of clips, click in an empty area of the sequence under the time ruler, and then drag a rectangle, which we call a marquee selection. That includes any part of the clips you want to select. To add or subtract a range of clips in the current selection, hold the Shift key and drag a marquee around the clips. Note, holding Shift and dragging a marquee that includes unselected clips adds them to the current selection. Holding Shift and dragging a marquee that includes selected clips deselects them. One more selection tool present in Premiere Pro CS4 is Track Selection tool. To select all clips that exist on and after a certain time on one track, select the Track Selection tool and click the clip at the beginning of the time span you want to select. Holding the Shift and clicking with the tool to select clips in all tracks. To select clips in a track independently of its linked audio or video, hold the Alt key and click using the Track Select tool. You are going to use these tools most frequently, so go ahead and practice them all one by one. Working in Trim Monitor. In this lesson, we'll discuss about Trim Monitor. The Trim Monitor displays clip in and out points at a cut so that you can see precisely which frames you are cutting. Let's select some portions of the clip by placing in and out points in Source Panel. For this particular clip, let's move the current time indicator and click the In point button and drag some more. And now let's click the Out point button. Now click and drag the clip from Source Monitor to Timeline. But if you still want to do some precise in and out points, then you need to open Trim Monitor. To open the Trim Monitor, just click the Trim button at the bottom of Program Monitor, or go to Window menu, click Trim Monitor. As you click it, Trim Monitor will open. The left monitor shows the clip to the left of the edit point, and the right monitor shows the clip to the right of it. Let's see how you can display the edit point you want to trim. In the Trim Monitor, click the Select Video or Audio Track button and select the track you want to edit. Let's take this video. In the Trim Monitor, click the Go to Previous Edit Point to reach the start of In Point. As you go over the start point in the timeline, the cursor will change to this. Once you get this, just move left or right and adjust the point precisely. Similarly, click Go to Next Edit Point button to reach the end of Out Point, and again adjust it too. Once you have finished editing, to preview the edit once, click the Play Edit button. If you want to preview the edit repeatedly, click the loop button. For cancelling an edit, press Ctrl+Z. You can set the number of frames that will be trimmed when you use the multiple frame trim in button or the multiple frame trim out button. Finally, to close the trim monitor, click the close box of the trim monitor. Once again, for your precise audio or video editing, always use trim monitor. Razer blade tool and ripple delete option. In this lesson, we are going to see a tool named Razer blade tool and ripple delete option. As the name suggests, this tool is used to make one or more slits in a clip in a timeline. Let's check this out. Here we have one clip. Drag it and place it over the timeline. Now go to Toolbox and click Razer tool, or you can click C on the keyboard. As you go over the clip in timeline, the pointer will change to a razor on your mouse. Adjust the current time indicator exactly where you want to cut or slit your clip. Now, just click precisely with the Razer tool. Let's click again here, here, and here also. You can use the Razer tool to cut a clip into 2 clips, or to cut across clips in several tracks at once. To split only the audio or video portion of linked clips, Alt-click with the Razer tool. Let's hit Ctrl+Z on the keyboard and hold the Alt key at the same time. Now click and see only the video has got cut and the audio remains the same. Note: splitting a clip creates a new and separate instance of the original clip and any linked clips. Once you have made slits, now you can easily select the selection tool or hit the letter V to activate the selection tool, and click on the different portion you made using Razer tool. You can select and hit delete to remove the selected clip. Now only the required portions from the clip remain here. In order to remove the gaps between clip portions, just right-click on the gap portions. To do this, you will get an option, Ripple Delete. Clicking it will remove the gaps. Tip: to split clips in all tracks at that location, Shift-dot the spot in any of the clips. This was just a small example. You can use Razer tool in any audio and video clips. Use it and try it by yourself for a better understanding.